This is so huge. All this is saying is, and I just really want to drive this point home, that what you believe, whatever expectations you and I have regarding something that we are doing, has an effect on our health. It can be good or it can be bad. Good morning. So, have you ever heard of the placebo effect or the nocebo effect? So, if you haven't, listen to these definitions. So, the nocebo effect is described as negative expectations of a patient regarding a treatment that caused the treatment to have a more negative effect than it otherwise would have. Again, negative expectations of a patient regarding a treatment that caused the treatment to have a more negative effect than it otherwise would have. So, in other words, a patient is getting a treatment for something and they have a negative expectation, a negative belief about what will happen as a result of them taking that medication or whatever it is, that treatment, and it produces a more negative effect because of the expectation or the belief that the person has. Now, in contrast, the placebo effect, which has probably been heard of more often, is a beneficial effect produced by a placebo drug or treatment, which cannot be attributed to the properties of the placebo itself and must therefore be due to the patient's belief in that treatment. So, again, a beneficial effect produced by a placebo drug or treatment, which cannot be attributed to the properties of the placebo itself and must therefore be due to the patient's belief in that treatment. So, in other words, so this is used a lot of times when people are trying to determine the effectiveness of a new drug or not. And so they may give one person this new drug and they give the other one like a sugar pill or something like that, a placebo. Okay. So, in other words, it's just kind of like some sort of just fake medicine that should have no effect. And literally, the person will have a benefit, a beneficial, something, a seeming beneficial outcome, improvement to their health by taking like some sort of sham drug. This is so huge. All this is saying is, and I just really want to drive this point home, that what you believe, whatever expectations you and I have regarding something that we are doing, has an effect on our health. It can be good or it can be bad. Another way, let me put it this way. When we were in the heat of the pandemic, there was a lot of fear, man. There was a lot of fear. And kind of close to when we were nearing to after like the heat of the pandemic, I remember hearing, and I can't remember exactly who it was that said it. Maybe Dr. Hyman, I can't remember. But anyhow, it was said that a lot of the negative outcomes that we experienced during that time period, in particular in the United States, was due to the expectations, the fear that we had Because remember, if you remember that time, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of stuff in the news. I'm not going to side with anybody in this recording I'm doing here, but a lot of fear because we didn't know what was going on, and it was like everybody get indoors, and all these people are getting sick, you know, in some cases hospitalized, passing away, and all this kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fear. So I'm saying all that to say what that guy was saying was that it apparently a lot of the negative outcomes from that time were due to the fear of negative outcomes. What I want to tell you, or what I want to encourage you to do, is learn to expect positive outcomes regarding your health, because what you believe is just as important as what you are actually doing. So, like, for example, say for example you are a person who has dealt with, I bring this up all the time, having more weight than you would like. You're overweight, and you are embarking on, now this is a little bit different, but just kind of follow me here. You're embarking on some sort of program to lose the weight. And a lot of times what happens is people go into those type of um programs, like to lose weight and whatnot. And of course, when I say program to lose weight, I'm talking about something that's not like some sort of crash diet, or you know get you on some like extremely high intense exercise regimen that you really don't need to be doing yet. You really should be easing into something. But anyhow, I'm not talking about something that's kind of like risky like that. I'm talking about something that is healthy, and it gradually progresses and gets you into fitness and health and whatnot. But anyhow, if you go into that and you already like, man, this ain't gonna work. Like, you're literally kind of framing this thing in that negativity. And that's going to, in that case, it's probably going to shape the way that you see everything. It's probably going to make you more so lean into, you know, doing stuff like looking at scale and erroneously deducing, man, see, I knew this stuff wasn't working, not understanding that the way that the body works is a lot more complex. It's like we're framing the way that we see our success happening. We're framing the way we see our health improvements coming. Okay. And so please, you have to take control of the way that you think about what you're doing. There are things that you can do for your health, and of course, namely healthy diet, exercise, sunlight, water, sleep, you know, to name some of the main ones. But you also need to watch what you believe about those things, because that matters. The way you think about what you're doing for your health and whether or not it works, it really and truly matters. Okay. So if fear itself can essentially lead somebody down the path of a negative outcome, then surely optimism, positive expectation can as well. Now, I'm not trying to be on some sort of weird stuff, but the thing to understand is that you just can't deny this important aspect of our physiology as humans, that the way that we think has such a big effect. And I say this and I let it be it. I mentioned in the last recording I did, when I was talking about what happened when I had that indigestion, that experience with GERD that really, really kind of threw me off and really scared me. I mentioned that the moment I finished with that doctor's visit, my appetite returned, like in full. I had not really had an appetite for over a week. I couldn't really eat anything. I was nauseous and just not wanting to eat. I was very fearful, very fearful. And But the moment that I got a good report, all of a sudden my appetite returned. Watch what you read, watch what you listen to, do healthy actions, and have healthy beliefs. Don't let anything come into your mind that's going to cause you to go into fear and worry and stuff like that. Watch what you read online. You can easily start believing very negative things about your health just based on what you read online. Trust me, been there, done that. And for that reason, I don't do internet research. Or I do very, very little, I'll say, internet research. I rarely do it when it comes to health stuff, or what I mean is like illnesses, symptoms, and things like that, because it can lead you down a rabbit hole and get you all messed up, and fearful in the head and whatnot, which is important to avoid on your health journey. Okay. I hope this helps you. Trust me. This helps me. All right. Y'all have a good day. If you like this content, you might also be interested in one of my books. Learn how you can take steps literally today to successfully manage, control, and overcome common issues such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and belly fat. It's all about putting power back in your hands to improve your own health. Get your book copy today by the links in the description or by visiting seanmcclennan.com/books. Also, don't forget, hit the like button and subscribe, and join my email list at seanmcclennan.com/subscribe.